Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is some more Ninjagaiden 3 Razor's Edge demo content. This is Ayane's day, played as Ayane on Master Ninja. So, when I first started playing as Ayane, I really didn't like her. She's got piss poor range, she doesn't do a lot of damage, her UT is difficult to do because it only really hits one person unless used in specific ways. I don't like the speed of her projectile. I find it really limiting, especially she doesn't seem to be able to do it in the air. No idea why that is. Might just be me being a moron. But, you know, you're going to be forced to play as her quite a lot if you want to get Kasumi. And she does have advantages. I'm trying to think what they are right now, but she definitely has advantages. You know, she's, for all intents and purposes, she is a faster version of Ryu who's got no range and a questionable ninpo, but all the ninpos on this game are absolutely questionable because they don't do any damage. They don't heal you, they don't do damage, they seem to be completely useless. It's weird, and I don't know if it's because, you know, when you play Master Ninja on the home console, you would normally have more powerful ninpo or something, I don't know, but as it stands, they don't seem to kill much, they don't seem to heal you much, you know, compared to Ninjagaiden 3 where the ninpo was literally a screen clearing attack. This feels very tame in response, and I don't know if that's intentional to tone it down because it was a bit ridiculous and I did get sick of seeing that stupid fucking rip-off Dragon Ball Z dragon, but I say rip-off, that's literally the like an oriental dragon design that's probably on Parapus somewhere or ancient Sanscripts. But this video is going to be very similar to the Kasumi video, which is coming after this or before this, depending on when it goes up. I'm going to be chaining Steel on Bones because it's the best way to get score, it's the best way to get karma. If you're doing this from a fresh save and you don't have any moves, if you do the Steel on Bone chains like I'm doing now, and you get your bloody rage up to 3 and then you use the ultimate, you're going to get some really good points, you're going to get sick points, and you're going to be able to upgrade your weapons, upgrade your ninpo, and make this easier than it is originally. And it's going to come in handy because each time you play the campaign on Hard and Master Ninja, for some reason you don't carry your upgrades across, and it's really strange. They expect you to play fresh on Master Ninja, which I suppose is good practice as that Van Gelf grabs me. I absolutely hate this enemy in this game. On Ninjagaiden 2, you can press forward Y and these things are dead. The only times they're even remotely a pain is when they're in big groups or the gold ones. But on this game, they're a nightmare. They jump at you from off screen, they fire fireballs from off screen, they hurt, they have lots of life, it seems to be difficult to dismember them. I don't like that enemy at all. But I like these guys are funny. They're not very useful, but they're funny. And one thing that I've noticed throughout this demo, which has become a big problem, is inputs failing. Completely failing. The amount of times when I was recording these that I went to do a dodge and my character didn't move. You know, and I don't know if it's the dead zone on my pad, I don't know if my pad is knackered, but it can't be. It has to be this game, and the reason I know this is I've been playing Ninjagaiden 1, 2 and 3 over the last day or two. I started playing Master Ninja on Ninjagaiden 2, you know, realised how differently you play that game than you play this. Then I went on to Ninjagaiden 1 and started playing that on Master Ninja and realised how differently you play that than you do to this and number 2. And I never had any problems on 1 and 2 where when I went to dodge the character didn't dodge. On this demo it happens all the time, and I hope that doesn't happen in the main game. I'm hoping it's just, I don't know, input lag, just input fail, input something, because it's really frustrating, and I've never really been the guy to go for no damage and all that kind of stuff. It's fun to do it every so often. Look at that. If you tap what I do when anything jumps on me on this game is I go left and right on the analog and tap X, because that was the old command to get things off you, especially like the magicians. And the cool thing about Ninjagaiden 3, and you hear it here folks, I just said the cool thing about Ninjagaiden 3, is you could buffer it. And what I mean by that is you could do it before the buttons were on the screen and get things off you without taking any life. And it didn't happen all the time, but it was much better than letting them, you know, bum rape you because on Ultimate Ninja, stuff hurts. It really hurts, and I'm very curious to see what this game's going to be like on that difficulty, because I have watched quite a lot of gameplays, but I don't think you really get the full understanding of what it's like until you play, because the one misleading thing about guides, which, you know, if it's a good walkthrough, it's unavoidable. That is, you don't see the struggle. You know, you see the victories, you see the successful runs, you see it's all linked together with nice editing, and you don't appreciate how much goes into, you know, failing and getting beat up. So it's in those moments that you really learn what the game's like, and I am really excited to play this game, and I didn't think I would be. This is something that's dawned on me when I've been playing more of the demo, that I'm actually enjoying it, and I didn't enjoy Ninjagaiden 3. I quite enjoy the trials, mainly because a lot of the problems in the trials don't rear their heads as much, mainly because it's pure combat and nothing else, and while there are problems with the combat, it can be easier to forgive it now that there are these strategies that allow for, you know, just merciless destruction of the AI. And I have actually grown to enjoy certain aspects of Ninjagaiden 3. Mainly, you know, just knowing what works, and knowing that it will work every time it happens. And to some people that might be boring because there's no diversity, but there's definitely a brutal efficiency to having a guaranteed way of killing everything. And I say everything. Certain stuff is not as guaranteed, but this game doesn't have that, and it makes it more exciting, it makes it more interesting, but at the same time it's not quite as safe. For instance, this right now, this chain on the steel on bone stuff. If you could steel on bone the Vangelfs, they would be cake, but you can't. And same with the alchemists. If you could steel on bone those guys, I would have no issue at all, but you can't, and it makes them difficult, and it makes, you know, figuring them out endearing, which is one of the most fun parts of these games. This sequence here, I found, if you evade these soldiers trying to get steel on bone, they'll just cartwheel at you for days, and you'll get guard broke occasionally, you'll just take scrape damage, and it doesn't really work. But if you commit to an ultimate charge, every time they attack, they seem to go for the steel on bone attack, so you can get lucky and end up getting chains there just through the sheer nature of how the enemies work. But this is the 3 alchemist bosses with the swords. This is completely new to me, because I've never seen alchemists with swords, and I'm not going to say they're not hard, because they can kill you in like 2 hits with that stupid synchronized blue ball of bullshit, but at the same time, you can get into this really silly rhythm of charging UTs where they just can't do anything. And during Ayane's UT, if you tap Y, you can turn it into an Azuna drop, or an Azuna drop derivative, and it does extra damage, it does probably splash damage, and these guys go down really quick. But another thing I noticed is after you've hit them with magic or a UT that doesn't end in an Azuna drop, they're going to flinch a little bit, and with Ryu and Kasumi, you can hit them with a standard Azuna drop. You can launch them if you're lucky. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, but that is the S rank on Ayane's chapter anyhow. Thank you for watching, guys, and you take care now.